welcome back to another episode of Pillars of Eternity. So I figured out what it was, and I don't remember ever clicking this, but there's a combat auto slow. Hopefully this will fix the problems that I was having. So
They'll never know I'm here.
Every time I switched to my personal game to see. So every time you load in, you have to re-put it onto fast mode. It just starts showing normal, so nothing terrible. But you just gotta remember to do it. Found another body. Okay, what's he got? A crossbow, more other armor, and a width and relief gem. Has been sculpted to look like an eye. I wonder what that's for. Oh, nope, I don't want to put it in there. Oh, it's fine. Tattered journal. So you right-click on books, you can read them. The small folio is torn in several places, and blood has soaked into several of the sheets. One later entry is still legible, however. I can't believe my luck. A few rounds of dice, and I've got my hands on a genuine and with an artifact. The fellow who had it said it was a pretty nothing, as far as he was concerned. He's not willing to go digging in some ruins, but if he's right about this gem leading to a hidden treasure, then that's worth sneaking past a few painted elves. I'll head to Silent Lease in the morning. Then it's just a matter of finding this relief he was talking about. Sound familiar? Before we go back, though, I'm actually going to continue on.
Wait.
Oop.
Do you hear that?
Hear what? I don't really hear anything in particular. Ooh, stop. Let's kill this one. Right. Auto removes me. There we go. It's much faster. That's a lot better. Oh, wow.
Stay quiet.
Back sneaking. We got Scolder meat. Scolder meat is both stringy and slimy, making it palatable to few in its raw form. Okay, I guess I want that for something. And a hatchet. Nice.
As you wish.
So the reason I want to do that, this is something I missed on my first playthrough, and I really kind of want to do this. Oop, Zorp. A trembling, sickly creature emerges from the dark, clutching a spear. Knobby elbows and the thin ribs show through its scaly flesh, but you recognize it as a Zorp. It watches you cautiously, breathing in ragged sighs. Give Scolder meat to the creature. Raise your arms and stand still. It's okay, I won't hurt you. Benevolent, which could work for me, but give Scolder meat to the creature. You produce a piece of Scolder meat from your pack and toss it onto the floor. The Zorp's nostrils flare at the scent of fresh meat, and its eyes start between you and the food. It creeps towards Surprise, shoving the sphere into your grip and snatching the meat with both hands at the last moment. Its skull quivers as it devours the flesh in noisy chomps. Normally these are enemies. A Zorb continues to gnaw on knots of cartilage and tendon. Or do you just get the spear instead? So they have spears. I thought you could recruit them. I guess not. Okay. Oh, hello. What's this? Ooh, more free lockpicks. And another bow. Hunting bow. Can I not stack them anymore? Nope. There are max stacks of certain items. I forgot for lockpicks. It's 5. Is that the same thing I've got? It is. Is that the same thing he has? It is. There are different kinds of bows, of course.
I'll be quiet.
He trades his. If you don't do that, you can fight him. Oop. Sorry about that. Probably nothing here. Let's just go ahead and get moving. So something about the ruin, huh? Shh. Get ready. Place the gem in the eye socket. The chamber begins to rumble. Stray rocks dancing across the tile floor. Finally, a large section of the wall gives way, and we lost the relief gem. Oh, here we go.
What is it?
Hey.
They'll never know I'm here.
We got one more enemy. There we go. It's immune. I don't know what it's immune to. What's it immune to? I don't know. It had pierce damage. I'm not sure. Also, as your lore, you get more of this EXP per kill. So that you learn more about it, and
What is it?
the information in the top left corner becomes more specific, gives you more details. Check. Ooh. So these are special magical items. So we have a minor cloak of protection, and then we get some amethysts and adra, which I think either are ingredients or you can sell. So use your inventory. Haven't really gone through this much. Helmet, armor, rings. Should have done this earlier, but oh well. Feet, belt, and then cloaks or neck. You can also put like necklaces there, and arms. Your inventory, weapons, armor. For weapons, it also counts shields, anything that you would put into these weapon sets. Hopefully that doesn't show up. And then magical items or clothing here. I, of course, am going to get it because I am the most important person in the party. At least that's what I say.
As you wish.
Go ahead and get out of it again, real quick. I can pass through there, but I think there's more stuff to explore if we don't do it that way. I believe that leads right to the exit, so we don't want to do that quite yet. Still don't think it's really reading my formation. Yep.
That looks weak. Could be a shortcut.
Blade in the dark.
It's so weird for my paladin to say something like that. So this is what I mentioned in the previous episode. A crack runs along this wall from floor to ceiling. A light gust of air passes through it. You can push on the wall, or you can hammer and chisel it. You set to work. The cracks lengthen and widen with your efforts, but the prowess is more taxing than you'd expect. Sweat beads your forehead and your muscles begin to ache. Continue chiseling at the wall. After several long moments, you begin to see light on the other side. With one final tap, several blocks of stone shift, then tumble loose, clearing a gap just wide enough to pass through. And we lose the hammer and chisel. Ooh.
They
Back
won't
to hiding.
see me coming.
No, I'm pretty sure they will.
I could scout ahead, see what's around the corner.
Yeah, I really wee. Oh, let's kill it.
Bring them down.
Oh, what was that? Or did it? Oh, it's. I know what he did. He tried to blind these, and that's what it was. Invincible from.
I'll be quiet.
Scoldier.
As you
here.
wish.
Almost fully got the Scoldier whelps. Okay, let's continue forward. Yep, so these meets up with the other way. Ooh, spiders. A lot of spiders in this game. Oh wow. I guess it was only a bit of it. It was a lot worse.
Of course.
And that's so I mentioned last time some of my annoyances with the scripts. He automatically just straight up uses blinding strike at the beginning of everything.
Well,
again, this isn't as big a deal for like the rogue ability, but for I have like level 10 characters, so I have first, second, third, fourth, fifth levels, and so my mages always just start off with like the biggest one. So rather than just do like a magic missile, which is probably all it's needed, they'll use the better version of it, which is like a level 4 spell. And so I just wish you had a little bit more
Of
fine control of
course.
that. This room looks nice. Ooh, more spiders.
No!
So like here, since we don't know anything about these, we have absolutely no information.
Prisoner!
Bam, spear spider. Come on. Goes through it. There we go. Oh, and so there, Heodon interrupted it, so it actually stopped an attack due to the interrupt.
I'll be quiet.
Now, if we have any more of those
Of
spiders,
course.
we should see a bit more. Bats as large as chickens. Wow, that's big bats. Are strung in the web. Okay, which way do we want to go? That looks like an exit. I don't want the exit. I want this though. We have a rapier. Nice. And a bloodstone. I think it's just for money, right? Yeah, just for money. Another person to steal from. You have a helmet. This does nothing. This is just cosmetic. We have some jasper and a gate. Okay. But we have an exit. This is what you can see when it leads to outside of the dungeon generally. We've made it outside. We're free. Oh, what's this? Older robed man. 4 figures stand before an otherworldly apparatus, an ancient structure of chiseled Audra and metallic veins, ominous and looming like a silent observer. Standing motionless in their midst is what appears to be a human body, colorless as stone, or ash. The other figures gaze upon it in what might be contemplation. From your vantage point, you are well obscured from their view. The figure closest to the machine stands out amongst them. A thick gray beard frames a face otherwise hidden beneath a metallic mask. His faded robes are embroidered with a runic language unlike anything you have ever seen, and he wears a strange black headdress with 2 protrusions that jut out like the wings of some malevolent creature.
Oathbinder, bear witness, and see this man has kept his word true to his last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regard it among your favored. Let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. May he walk the world ever free of the crushing weight of the book. Your brother has done his part, and you have seen the power of his contribution. I will accept no further hesitation from the rest of you. In the sight of the queen that was, will you fulfill the oath? Will you take your place beside your brother in the endless esteem of her memory that is without flaw? Step forth, and be assured of the great worth of your life's course.
So this looks really cultish right now. It's like a giant pottery wheel.
Whoa.
Didn't that need the colored veil? For an instant, the apparatus goes quiet and the air is still. Then all at once it erupts with a concussive surge. Light floods your vision and you are knocked to the ground. Your head snaps back as you land, and pain wells into the back of your skull, washing your last thoughts away into the black, unconscious void. You open your eyes to a different place, another time. You stand in a circular room, grand and domed, its walls lined with Audra and trimmed with copper. The style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. At the far end, a great pillar of Audra pierces the floor from below, its shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depth. Encircling the pillar is an apparatus much like the one you have just seen, but immense and multifaceted and intertwined. Your thoughts are yours and not yours, and they seem to exist before you think them, and they are all questions. Pressing questions, troubling questions, questions that must be answered, or... At the base of the pillar now you see a man with a thick gray beard and ceremonial robe, crowned with a strange ornamental headdress. You know this man. You're walking towards him now at a pace that is hurried while trying not to appear so. You have something you want to ask him, one question above all, and the question spins madly in your mind. Fade to black. Whoa! You awaken to find your malaise is broken, only to be replaced with something far more concerning. Faint whispers are audible at the edge of your hearing, like a ringing in your ears that does not subside. Movement flits through your periphery, but when you turn to look, you can see no sign of whatever it was. You find your gaze regularly darting this way and that, an involuntary and paranoid tick. If this is a sickness, it may be dangerous to go without treatment for long. The figures at the machine stand frozen in place, flesh and blood replaced by cinders and ash. The man who led them is nowhere to be seen. One of your characters has become fatigued. So if you continue too long, you start to accumulate fatigue. A lot of combat deals contributes to this as well. And so you start to have lowered maximum health. You're easier to hit. It's a pretty bad thing. You don't want to accumulate too much fatigue. Herodan and Kalisha lie bloody on the uneven cobbles, their bodies twisted unnaturally in death. You are alone and far from help. Gilded Veil may be your best hope of receiving treatment before things get worse. Oh, and I leveled up, I think. Yes, I leveled up. And this was unfortunate.
A blade in the dark.
I was a little sad that they died. And so suddenly too. But it's time to level. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Oh, no, actually, press this one. I was in Tales of Maj'Al mode there. So this is a skill menu. Um, as you level up, you will get 6 points, skill points. Every level is 6 skill points. As you level up in abilities, though, each point to level. So if I want to go 1 up, so I can get the damage reduction there, and maybe 2. First level is 1 point. Second level is 2 points. So now I have 3 left. This is true regardless of how much you have naturally in it. So I naturally have 3 points already, 2 from Mystic, 1 from Paladin. So even though it's tracing to 4, it still costs me 1 point. So I'm going to go ahead and bump lore. I'm not going to go ahead. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do survival. Because the receive healing multiplier is nice between both the second win from athletics and for my own lay on hands. So if I rest, which I should here because I'm tired, it will be beneficial to have that healing multiplier. So, as you level up, you either get a class unlock or you get a talent. Or if you're thinking in D&D terms, this would be like feats. So, I could go for a greater lay on hand. So this increases my lay on hands. I think it doubles it. 30 times endurance over 5/8. So I think it increases it. Untroubled faith, so I no longer have to worry about the negative. I just only have the positive, but it's not really going to be a problem for me. Deep faith, so it improves it. So the more I have, the better it is. Or shielding touch. So whenever I use lay on hands, this is the thing that's particular to my particular group of paladins. Whenever I use lay on hands, I get increased deflection. The rest of these are class abilities of other classes. So for example, this gives you a little bit of a cleric. This gives you a little bit of a rogue. This one, is it? Oh, this is a druid. Which one is it? Rhymer's Summon. So I can summon skeletons once per encounter. So I do like there are interesting things if you want to kind of mix and match a bit. There are other options like offensive, so you can go for weapon focuses and you are more accurate with it. Just plain archery. So combat styles. This has stuff for just more engaged enemies. Reflex, fortitude, will, or deflection. And then utilities, a whole bunch of things. Move faster, things of this nature. So fire, lightning, necrotic, or what do they call it here, corrode, ice, and such. You also have things, these are nice. This is interesting. There are other ones that give you more like weapon slot things, which I never use, so I never bother. These allow you to actually target health, which is nice. One of these I think is outside of battle, one of them is in. There's a reason why these are different. And why one of them is better. But this is actually health, not endurance. So if you have somebody who's just constantly up front and dying, then this is really good for them. But we're going to go with class. I think I'm going to... I don't have too much in here yet, so I think I can wait on that one. I'm not sure how much this actually improves it. So I'm not really sure what the difference is. But this, whenever I heal myself, which is all I'll be doing for right now, will also give me extra defensive boost, so I'll go with that one. Open up the character, we level. Awesome.
They won't see me coming.
Always go in scouting mode in case there's anything coming. Whoa! What the crap? Okay, that was weird. Yeah, it still looks powered. What is this? Can't touch it. Is that good? vessel flesh. Oh, okay. What is this? That does not look. That looks like somebody's getting burned at the stake. And whoop, no, it's still there. Excuse me, got some flowers. Okay, some for your grave. What is this? Looks like a woman. Oh, it's gone now. Looks like that. This massive structure is formed of stone, adder, and copper, and covered in strange glyphs. The air around it vibrates with an unusual energy. That looks like a really pleasant place. Let's go. This is the world map, so we can actually see Defiance Bay, which is a major city here. Some of the other cities, such as Deerford Village, Twin Elms, and we will get there. We can't go directly to these as we haven't found all of the pathways to them. So, for example, we can't go straight to Gilded Vale. First, have to stop into Valewood, and each place takes a certain amount of time. How? Major fatigue, -20 endurance, -25 maximum endurance. So I'm going to go ahead and rest. Actually, I'm not. I am, but I'm going to travel first. That way I don't waste that time. I should be able to.
Let's spoils down a while.
And that will be his I am tired. So let's go ahead and camp. So as I mentioned, so this is the survival portion. So I don't know how much it is. 1 DR or 20% healing. I'm going to go with that one. Rest. Okay. 8 hours have passed. We're good to go. Well, looks like we have a dead body. This is where you can leave a map. And that's weird. This is... Hey, more camping supplies. Let's grab some other armor. Keep it moving. What's that? Person there. It's not real. What is going on? I missed the path. This way. Oh, I somehow hit caps lock. I don't know if that means anything. All my talking will be in caps lock rage. More plants. More dead people. Can't rob this one. So this is your backpack. Moderate amount of endurance, 15. I guess right now that's pretty good. That's about a quarter of my health. Oh, outlaw. I guess let's go kill it. I don't know anything about him. Let's go kill him though. He's red, so he must be dangerous. Slow and steady wins the race. Good as time as any to test. Don't really need this. But...
Kill them all!
Come on, hit him! You can do this. Overly careful. I'm wanting to test something here. Come on. We're all missing 5 misses in a row. Wow, I'm attacking quite a bit faster. 3 slash damage or 1 slash damage. Oh, I keep grazing, good lord. I thought I was good. I thought my accuracy was good from perception. Or maybe that's not true, I don't know. Near death, come on. Oh lord. Oh wow. I swear it gets easier. We'll be okay. We'll be able to kill things. Oh, come on. There we go. So, 14 health. Down that increases. Let's see here. So yeah, so I healed in battle, and I healed about 12. So it does take it from your health.
A
Which is good to know,
blade
just
in
to
the
keep in mind.
dark.
You can't, even with, ooh, nice, and some money. You can't just continually push through that way. I know where I'm going, so I'm going to go directly there. Oh, hello. This could be problematic. Go for it! This is the way to town. We'll explore the rest of this area later. I'm having a lot easier time hitting these guys. Give me some.
Attack! Bring them down!
This again. There we go. Oh wow, I already learned everything there is to know about him. So now we can see all the defenses, we can see its DR.
Attack! Kill them all!
This is a lot harder when I was a chanter, because they're not melee combat, so that was quite a bit more difficult. I think I ran around a bunch until I could summon my skeletons to get through it. This is a much nicer way to do it. Hey, oh yes, this. We won't do it now. Shouldn't this be the path? Or is it over here that's the path? Over here is the path. Okay. So we have found our way to the Gilded Vale, but we will enter the Gilded Vale next time and see what the town has in store for us. And then maybe come back here and clear the rest of this map. But I hope you'll join me in the next episode.